good morning. Well, I'm going to try something new this morning. Yay. I need to move these heifers through the goats. And they've been right next to them kind of this whole time, and so the dogs know what they are, know who they are. And I'm hoping it's going to go a little smoother than the first time I kind of exposed the cows to the goats. It was not pretty, and really it was the dogs. And here comes the cows. I don't know, we'll see. Here, 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 here. Hey, hey! That's what I was afraid of right there. Hey! Hey! The dogs just didn't like them getting close, and I'm hoping that the same thing doesn't happen here. But like I say, I need to get these moving. The cows need to pass through the goats and keep on going. So I say the cows, the heifers here. So we'll get them headed that way and see what happens. Woo! My trick here is to get heifers all kind of moved, or at least headed this way. Then I'm going to slip on down and feed the dogs. See if that doesn't break up a little bit of the shock. I hear them coming. I have to go though, but the dogs are all fed, so everybody should be kind of preoccupied a little bit here. We'll see what happens. Well, that's not ideal. They went straight through the first pasture, right into here. The goats are right there on that hill. I'm going to ease down here and see if they'll stop in this gamma grass if I'm down there. You just don't know what they're going to do. I really don't have time to sit here and monitor this. That's one of those things that I know they'll work it out. I just don't really want to have to build a lot of fence. I think they're more following me than they are, exploring here. So I'm hoping that they're just going to come stay right here, especially if I just stop right here for a minute. Hey, hey, ladies. I need y'all to just check up, or you're probably not gonna be greeted this great when you head over that hill. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go up there and just wait. They got all this feed right here. Yeah, they want to go up to the hill. They're gonna get a rude awakening, I'm afraid. yelling sternly. I'm not upset. I'm just trying to get the dog's attention. Hopefully I don't have to say a word. Why they think they need to come all the way up here. This doesn't look anywhere near as good as that down there in that bottom. I'm obviously not a cow. Well, I'm back. That was early this morning that I moved them in here, and you can see we had a tear down right here, so I'm sure the dogs look like they've got the goats waiting over there to come water. I don't know if that's what's going on or not, but anyway, the heifers have busted into this next pasture, which means the goats will come in here at some point. But I don't see anybody dead, and it looks like I'll just have some gate work that I'll need to do. Ladies, if y'all are done drinking, y'all need to get out of there. The goats don't want to drink, and it looks like the dogs just aren't going to let them come up in here. Come here, Red. Maybe I can get them to come and get used to everybody. It would be advantageous if I could get everybody, where they don't mind being together, at least for a little while, just passing through. Let me see here. That should not be. Yeah, those old dogs, they're wanting water. They're not going to do it with these heifers here. Isn't that funny? Hey, guys. Hey, guys. What's up, Elvis? Elvis says, I don't care about no dogs. They ain't gonna hurt me. You need a drink there, lady? Come here, guys. Come here, buddy. Come here, Red. Come here, Blue. I'm gonna get him to come on down here and make sure there's no barking and chasing. Come here. Come here, Sammy. Come here. They're like, I don't think we're supposed to go down there. Dada boy, you thirsty? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Come on, Red. Come on. Come on, Red. You gonna get a drink or not, lady? Huh? Come here, Red. Come here. Come here, Sam. You guys are gonna have to get used to him. Come here. Come here, Sam. Sam, come here. Come here, Blue. Come here, Blue. Come on, White. Come on, Blue. The goats are thirsty. Come on. So my other option is to go from pipe to pipe at various gates and split the tub in half. But they need to get to where they can water at the same time, and they can be with each other and all of that. That would just be wonderful. And all that'll be is it'll just take time, and everybody will have to realize that it's not a big deal. Come on. Come on, Blue. Sweetheart, you've gotten a drink. You've had your chance. Yeah, you've had your chance. Come on, White. Come on, Blue. Come here, Sammy. Hey, ladies. Hey, girls. I wish I could put one of these gates up, but they broke both of them. A handle, anyway. They're not gonna break that steel wire. Oh, there's one of the handles right there. Hey, it's still in shape. I can salvage it. Hello, what do you say, girls? Oh, goats want a drink. You ladies hadn't been letting them take a drink? That's not good. Ladies, if they bark at you, just stand there, okay? Don't run. Just stand there. That's what's good about the bulls. See, when I put the goats in where the bulls just kind of ignore them. They're like, yeah, whatever. And then nothing runs, and so that's it. It's a done deal. Hello, Indy. They must not be too thirsty, or they would be just absolutely destroying that water. Go on, Indy. Get back in there. You stay, keep your goats in there. I'd like for the goats to stay there, and then the heifers can come in here and go back in there if they need to. Some of them were ready to drink. Really, this gate right here being broke is not a huge deal. I would have liked to have seen how that happened. You know, just the slightest, if all the heifers were in here watering and somebody got spooked, they could have just gone. It might not have had anything to do with the dogs. So, who knows? It'll just be one of those things where more and more introduction to them. Hey, ladies. Hey, girls. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna leave them on their own, and then we'll put the pieces back again tomorrow morning and see if we want to change anything. Normally I would go here, here, and then here, and then into the big timber. And I may just kind of see what it does. I may leave them all in these three for not the same amount of time that I would if I was grazing them separately. Less time, but I may leave them in here just a little bit to give them a little more, a little longer chance to have an encounter that's a positive encounter in the same pasture. They can be right next to each other on a fence. Matter of fact, they have been for a little bit here. We've been moving right next to each other, and I mean they'll just go right down, both of them. They'll just go one on one side of the fence, one on the other, dogs with them, and it's no big deal. Now all of a sudden they're together, and I just figured they just got spooked a little bit. And these gates are a little short, so the first one jumps it, the second one says, oh, they're going, and he hangs it, and the third one just plows right through it. Thinks it's an opening. So that's how yearlings are. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, update. I'm down here, and you can see the goats are mixed with the cattle, which is not what I expected, but that's not a big deal. We'll see what happens whenever I start calling. I'll move the cattle out of here first, so I will have to call them to come to me. Now, I don't see any dogs in here with them right now, so that may be a different issue. I'll drive on down and see if I have dogs mixed in here with them. But everybody's very content. The cattle don't look like they've been stressed at all. So we'll just move on down and look a little further. But you can see they're in there just doing their thing together. All right, here we go, guys. Here comes Rattle. Here's Buddy. Got a heifer right here. She's just minding her own business. Here comes Blue out of the woods. My golly, it's working. That's exciting for me. It's just, I mean, I don't plan on running them together all the time because there's too many, it just makes it a lot more difficult determining when I need to move. You know, the cattle are grazing grass mainly, 90%. The goats are grazing forbs and browse, 90%. Now, there's times where they overlap. Waldo? There's times where they overlap. But, you know, it just makes it difficult. So let's see if we can't get them to say, hey, atta boy. Good boy, Waldo. Ah. See, remember me saying that the cattle are going to really kind of control how everything responds. And this little heifer here, she's not afraid of them at all. So that's great. Awesome. All right, let's get some dogs fed. I'm happy. You guys happy? You just want food, huh? Okay. Both sets getting a drink. At least they were. The goats are moving out now, and the heifers are still drinking. Love it. Oh yeah, we multi-species grazing now. Hey girls. There comes some heifers in from over there. We got goats coming from over here. We've got one extra gate messed up here. I hear a dog barking just a little bit over there. I'll look at that here in a minute. I got some other dogs. I can see some dogs way out there. I need to go feed them. It looks like they're mixing just fine. I wish they did forage at the same rate and have the same, not really, because then I wouldn't have goats. I'd have more cattle. I wouldn't have that risk management factor to this thing because of the different feeds they consume. It's all interesting. It's all new for me. And like I say, it's just going to be for a little bit here, but we'll just keep playing it out and see how it works. Okay, so we are back down here. A day or two after we were previously monitoring kind of what they were doing as far as if they were getting along, what they tore down, all that kind of stuff. And it appears that they have not torn anything else down. So that tells me that they've gotten used to each other a little bit. Now, I saw the bulk of the goats way back up in this timber on the other side. When I got down here to the water, you can see there's 5 right here. Then over here, there's probably another 10 or 15. And these are potentially trying to get over to the rest of them, and they don't feel comfortable coming in here with all these heifers, and I don't blame them. But these act like they're wanting to water. And so that's one of those things where the last thing I said when I was here was that they just need some time to work the stuff out. Now, it is interesting how I didn't see any heifers up in this pasture where the bulk of the goats are. 0 heifers. They're all down here, which is where they should have stopped and started grazing when I started the whole thing. But they went ahead and got in, or went ahead and walked all the way through to where the goats were. So, you know, I'm excited kind of that we did that, because it puts my mind at ease a little bit with respect to the dogs and how they're going to act. And, you know, that's a big that's a big thing that you need to know, because if your dogs are going to run your cattle if they're in the same pasture, that's not a good thing. You got to figure out how to adjust that. And the wind is blowing, so I'm going to try to get another camera here, and it may change the audio a little bit, but let me see if I can't. It's got a little bit of a sock on it, so let me grab that. Well, I can hear the goats kind of coming this way, so it may be interesting when they get here. We'll hang out here just a minute. Oh, here's some more goats way back over here to my left. I don't know if you can see their heads just sticking up over there. So they are still mixed together, but like I said, I did not see any heifers that were with the 95% of the goats. 90%, whatever. So I just need to monitor that, and anybody that tries that needs to really watch everything, because I think the dogs will be your number one concern. Now, obviously, if it's kidding season with the goats, that's no good. It would be too easy for the heifers to get excited or even start playing and step on a baby. Just be too easy. So I would really want to think twice about doing it at that time of year. But as for right now, I don't see a big issue with it. So I don't know if I already mentioned this or if I didn't, but a guy by the name of Walt Davis consulted with me when I first started to want to get small ruminants. This has been several years ago, and for some unforeseen reasons I couldn't pull the trigger on it back then. But one thing I remember that he said was, when you rotate, if you're not running a multi-species all the time in the same pasture like we're doing right now, if you're doing it like I've been doing it here in the past, just move the animals through the other herd, whether it be the goats through the cattle or the cattle through the goats. Just let them pass through. Graze them however long you're going to graze them, and pass them through, and they'll separate themselves. So I'm kind of counting on that. The only place that they're getting mixed, where they're not staying with their individual herds, is here at the water lot. So that's the only issue that I foresee potentially happening. Now, as I say that, here goes some of the heifers starting to wander off into where the goats were, which is fine. So everybody looks good. The goats that I saw look fine. I'd like to see this little black nanny come in here that's walking this way and get a drink, but I bet you she's not going to do it. That's a doeling. That's one from this year. Well, there comes some more goats way over there. There may be more than I think still in these various pastures with the heifers. I'll make a swing up through there and just make sure that they are okay, because the dogs were all over here with the other goats, with the main herd. So I need to make sure that they're not having an issue. One thing that I did think about is that I want to make sure, and there is a guard dog over there with them, I see it now. That's one thing I wanted to make sure, that the heifers didn't get so comfortable with the guard dogs that they relate it to a coyote. And so if a coyote was to come in here, that they would just ignore it and let it do whatever it's going to do. When they start having calves, that could be a huge issue. So that's another thing that you kind of need to watch for, that I'm going to be watching for. There's Elvis. Let's kind of see what he looks like. He's been working like a fool. He looks the same to me. There he is. Elvis is in the house. Look at him. He's still working. What do you say, big fella? Huh? What do you say? Move on out of the way there, Heifer. Yeah, he always looks just like that. Look at that rumen. You don't see many rumens on a bull like that. God. Okay, well, I'm very pleased with what we've learned and what we've observed, and very pleased with new options that gives us. So hopefully it'll show somebody the same thing, and at least it'll be in their back of their mind if they have to do something like that. They can do it. You just want to watch and monitor things. At least I do. But it does seem to work okay. Thanks again for watching. And if anybody has anything else to add on that, as far as multi-species, small ruminants, large herds, and the same watering point, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks again.